us and welcome in our Money Huddle analyst, business and market analyst Seth Denson, Newsmax contributor, is with us. Also with us, president of Zuma Global and financial analyst Heather Zumarraga. Seth, Heather, great to have you with us. So who knew, guys? Fertilizer going to get more expensive as well. And, you know, the more things get at the beginning of the process, the more expensive they are at the end of the process, right? So, Heather, how bad is this going to be?
Well, unfortunately, even if the Ukraine situation is resolved peacefully, the inflation situation in the U.S., not just oil, but all commodities across the board, wheat, soybeans, corn, it's going to get a lot worse. When you have, for example, Ukraine and Russia, two countries in the world that supply 1/3 of wheat, which when you go to the grocery store, that's the cost of your bread. And even if we get past this, I don't think we're just going to start buying from Russia overnight again, despite all of these sanctions, if they were to be lifted, which it doesn't look like they are anytime soon. I mean, the price of gas, $3.73, $4 is coming. Oil prices rising to an 11-year high on Russian supply concerns this morning. And the administration's response is, well, there are rumors that we might buy oil from Iran. Just think about that for a second. I mean, that's crazy. So as Putin invades Ukraine, Biden is working with Russia to lift sanctions, perhaps on the terrorist funding Iranian regime so that they can supply us oil. Crazy.
It is crazy, Seth, and belated happy birthday to you, by the way. But I missed you last week because, and I like the stubble. And maybe that's something.
Hey, we're gearing up for spring break with the kids next week, so laziness has already begun.
Spring break beard. All right, so Seth, you you got some kids. I'm hearing reports that a grocery bill for a family of 4 or 5 could go up like maybe $1,000 a month. How do you prepare for that?
Well, you don't, outside of maybe go back to the college days of ramen noodles. I mean, and that's the sad reality. Heather talked about it. Bianca mentioned it earlier, too. We haven't talked about really the fertilizer pricing and the additional costs that are going into that. We talk about gas prices being north of $3, close to $4 now. My brother sent me a message this morning here in Texas where gas prices are typically cheaper. Diesel is well over $4 a gallon, nearing $5 now. Diesel is what gets things from point A to point B. Yeah. And so that's a massive addition. So in addition to fertilizer prices, diesel costs for shipping, all of this, it is going to hit the American consumer. We're talking about 10% inflation. That is average inflation. The overall real inflation, when it really impacts people, we're talking 20+%.
Oof. Yeah, it was my lawn guy who told me about this. He said, just wait until, you got to fertilize your lawn. You're going to see these prices. And everyone's feeling it. You can't deny it now. You go to the grocery store, you can see how they're trying to work around it, but everyone's feeling this. Let's also talk about who is feeling it really bad right now. That's these Russian oligarchs. They are being separated from their yachts, and we're all crying tears for them. Not really, but we got Germany and France. They have taken measures to ensure Russia will not be able to evade them. We also have this task force that Merrick Garland is putting together at the Department of Justice. Heather, you wouldn't be a real Russian oligarch without your yacht. So what are these guys going to do?
Well, right now they're fleeing. I mean, they're hiding. They heard President Biden, for example, saying that we're joining our European allies at the State of the Union in terms of we're going to find and seize your yachts, your luxury apartments, and your private jets. So Germany snatched a $600 million yacht, one of those we have up on the screen, and it is the largest in the world. And like you said, the owner, the oligarch, the billionaire worth about $14 billion of the yacht is saying, this is unfair, and the EU sanctions are a set of false and defamatory allegations to damaging my honor, my dignity, and my business reputation. But like you said, Crimea River, right? I don't think anybody feels bad for them.
Right, Crimea River.
Yes, no pun intended.
Sorry,
yes.
I couldn't help it. Seth, you're going to take us out on your yacht, right? Maybe you can help out some of these Russian.
Yeah, my 1982 Glastron with my Honda 125, brother. That'll get you from A to B. That's it.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, but seriously, when you see how just disgusting these oligarchs live their lives, while the people of Russia suffer, a lot of them have made this money on the backs of Russians, and maybe this will be an end to the oligarchical system in Russia. I doubt it because it's been around forever, but you hear some of these guys, Seth, starting to pressure Putin a little bit to end this war, at least one of these oligarchs.
I hope, and they're saying that Putin has really separated himself, that he's kind of hiding in a bunker away from a lot of voices, that while we're hoping these oligarchs are reasonable voices, I don't know if that's a tall order, but here's the reality, and this is for all those that cry socialism is the wave of the future. These oligarchs came into power after voucher privatization when the Soviet Union broke up in the 90s, and now they control this country, and they keep their people impoverished. This is the fallout of socialism and communism. So hopefully this is a wake-up cry to the rest of the world that cries that's the direction we need to go.
Right. They changed the name of the government, but nothing really changed fundamentally inside the Kremlin. We all know that. Seth, Heather, great to see you guys as always for the Money Huddle. We'll see each other on a boat next time, perhaps.
Yes.
Thanks, buddy.
That'd be great.